Hi, math students. It's Mrs. Marcellus and my good friend, Froganachi. Today we're going to learn to find the absolute value of rational numbers. Today's learning objective is students will find and interpret the absolute value of a rational number by evaluating given expressions. And as we've learned, a rational number is any number that can be written in fraction form as long as the denominator is not zero. This includes all the integers, terminating decimals, and repeating decimals. Today's vocabulary word is absolute value. Absolute value is the distance a number is from zero on the number line. Distance is always a positive measurement. The two upright bars on either side of a number indicate that we are to find the absolute value, or find a number's distance from zero. In the two examples given, the absolute value of 5 and the absolute value of -5, you see that they both have the same answer of 5. Positive 5 is 5 units away from 0 on the number line, so its absolute value is 5. And -5 is also 5 units away from 0 on the number line. It doesn't matter which direction you travel, distance is always positive, so the absolute value is also going to be positive. In fact, opposite integers will have the same absolute value since they are both the same distance from 0. What do you think, Froganachi? Are you ready to try a few examples? Okay, then let's go. In our first example, we are asked to evaluate the absolute value of -7. This means to find its value. As you can see from the number line, -7 is 7 units away from 0. Since absolute value means to find the distance from 0 on the number line, the absolute value of -7 is 7. Remember, distance is always measured in positive units, so it doesn't matter if the original number is negative or positive. The absolute value of any number is going to be positive. In this example, we are asked to find the absolute value of 35. Since 35 is 35 units away from 0, the absolute value of 35 is 35. In this example, we are finding the absolute value of -8 1/4. The fact that it is a fraction doesn't change anything. We are still finding its distance from 0. -8 1/4 is 8 1/4 units away from 0, so its absolute value is a positive 8 1/4. Here we are asked to find the absolute value of 2 75/100. Since 2 75/100 is 2 75/100 units away from 0, its absolute value is 2 75/100. A tree frog is sitting at a height of 25 feet in a tree by a lake. A scuba diver is swimming at a depth of 14 feet. Which one is farther from sea level? We can use absolute value to help us solve. The tree frog is 25 feet up in the air in the tree. That would be a positive 25 feet. We could find the absolute value, or the distance the frog is from sea level, which is 0, and that would be 25 feet. The scuba diver is at a depth of 14 feet. The scuba diver is below sea level, so the integer that represents it is -14. The distance from sea level would be 14 units, and so the absolute value of the scuba diver is 14. The tree frog is further from sea level because it is 25 units away, and the scuba diver is only 14 units away. The students in science class recorded the change in the water level of a local frog pond. During which week did the water level change by the greatest amount? We can use absolute value to help us solve. In week 1, the water level dropped 7 1/2 inches. The absolute value of negative 7 1/2 is positive 7 1/2. In week 2, the water level increased 2.2 inches. The absolute value is 2.2. In week 3, the water level dropped 4 3/8 inches. The absolute value is 4 3/8. The greatest change in amount is 7 1/2 inches. Therefore, the week in which the greatest amount of change occurred is week 1. The table below shows how far frogs at a local jumping contest jump from the starting line. Which frog jumped the greatest absolute value? The absolute value is the distance from the starting line. Even though Leaping Larry went the wrong direction, his distance from the starting line, or the absolute value from the starting line, is 12 feet. Kermit's absolute value, or distance from the starting line, is 15 feet. Frogzilla jumped 17 feet. However, like Leaping Larry, Frogzilla went the wrong direction. The absolute value of Croaker's jump is 8 feet, and the absolute value of Hopalong's jump is 14 feet. Even though he came in last place because he went the wrong direction in the frog jumping contest, Frogzilla still jumped the greatest absolute value, or the farthest distance from the starting line. Hey Froganachi, absolute value turned out to be pretty easy, didn't it? All it is the distance from 0 on the number line. And you know, I think we should get serious about entering you in that frog jumping contest. I'm really confident that you could win. Well, bye for now, math students.